Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
Oh, how I've missed all of you zany people. You know, I don't actually get to meet you in person. We should do this sometime all together in one big room, but instead I just speak into a microphone and I hope that you listen. But it's been an entire week and I don't know what to do with myself. There's so much to talk about. We still do not have Victor. We are going to send out a search crew. We do not know what is happening with him, but hopefully he is looking for treasure, or he is finding a brand new job as a stuntman, or something that he can speak about when he gets back to the show. I know that eventually he will be back here. We just don't know how old his baby will be at the time. So without further ado, you have joined us for another wasted hour. Yada, yada, yada. I am one ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating moron, ranting about opinions that I have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. You know that stuff already. You also know that our goal here at Another Wasted Hour is to convince you that where we hail from, just outside Washington, D.C., is not just a city of politics and scandals, but one brimming with art, music, and culture. As impossible as that may seem. So listeners, now that you know why you're here, I am Keith, and like a fireman on call straight from the pole, we have Andi of Diva Fit. Welcome back.
Hello.
It has been far too long.
Much too long.
Oh,
yes.
well, I'm excited to have you back. Now, we know that at the time that you came last time, you went and did some competitions. We were setting up for that. We haven't heard how that went. Let's keep that we keep people in suspense a little, right? What people don't know is since then, I believe you've launched a Twitch channel. Is that right?
I have.
So we're going to talk about that a little later too.
Okay.
And people can actually see, as you say, what was the way that you put it?
Oh, you can watch me fail.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So-
it's so fun.
So you'll find out more about how you can watch that happen live on your computers in a bit. We also know several other things about you. Love cats, right?
Yes,
We
yes.
do know that. Also, kind of a geek, right?
More than kind of.
Yeah.
But yes.
So I want to speak to you about some current events here. Is it just me, or does it seem like every movie from now on to the history of the end of the world is going to be either an Avengers movie or a Star Wars movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember when they used to come out like every 2 years, right? And you'd be like, oh, the new Avengers movie's coming out.
Right.
Like I'm going to plan for it. I feel like now they come out like every 4 months.
I was going to say, yeah, because we've got Infinity War, and then we've got Ant-Man and Wasp is coming out later this year.
Right.
And then, of course, you've got Solo coming out in December. And don't forget, we still have Harry Potter movies coming out. Harry Potter comes out in November.
There you go.
Well, not Harry Potter.
It's
Scaramancer, but same
similar
universe.
concept. Yeah. So are we ever going to have a movie that isn't like a sequel to another movie ever again?
No.
I feel like everything is
new has already been around.
Right. Everything's is going to have a colon in it, right? That just says something we already know, colon, this is why this one's different.
The something story.
Right. I feel like we're reliving like the 80s, because we had hit this in the 80s. Remember when there was like Jaws 4 and there was like Rocky 7 and like
yes,
everything was that way.
But it was a lot less geeky. Geeky is like kind of become a thing now that's like popular, and
does that ruin geekiness?
So we could tie that to my competitions, because I did White and Nerdy.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, so far up to this point, all of your competitions have been kind of geek oriented.
Oh, very, very much so. So the one I did in November was White and Nerdy, and I did with the glasses and the saddle shoes and the, looking geeky.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, when you first came on the show, you were doing a different competition.
Well, yeah,
that was the half, or was Portal? Is that right? Was that one, or was
no?
it?
Portal was last April.
That's not when you came onto the show.
No,
okay.
That one I had already done. Then I did White and Nerdy in November.
White and Nerdy.
And then I did Legend of Zelda.
Oh, okay.
Just last month.
That was another one we talked about. Okay, so
right.
White and Nerdy you did.
And it kind of felt off because, the song has kind of changed feeling a little bit. It used to be making fun of himself because he's a geek, and now it's kind of like
an anthem.
Bitch,
right?
I'm a geek.
Right.
Bitch, I'm a geek. Love me.
Yeah.
I'm your boss.
I'm literally your boss. Do you think that like is that good or bad for geekdom? Like, because there was an inner circle for a long time, like, you know, where you'd be like, you know, I play Dungeons and Dragons, and people like, that's stupid, and then like you'd close ranks and be like, oh, my dungeon people, we're doing this together.
We're doing the thing. We're rolling the D20. Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna roll for wandering monsters. And like you guys are like, I know, like that's a thing.
Yeah,
we know that thing, right?
I attack the darkness.
Right. There was like language that you knew.
Right.
Right. I almost feel like there was back in the day, like the gay community had this, where like there were code words and stuff when being homosexual was like really frowned against. That it was like, hey.
Yeah, but you can't ever say that geeks had it as bad as.
No, absolutely. No, I'm not saying that the oppression of geeks was pretty low.
Also, I feel like because I'm wearing my You Can Play cap shirt tonight, I'm kind of like, are we being targeted? I don't know. Are we being.
And so. But they even had it. Let's go even further back with like Christianity when it was like there were always these little like signs and symbols and like things.
Oh yeah, because Christianity has their fish, and then you know, and
you'd be like, oh, you do the
you do the thing, you do the thing.
Oh, hey, and then like you have this instant connection. Now it's like if you see somebody with like an Avenger sticker on their car, you're like, are you, or do you just like the movie? Like,
but what's wrong with just liking the movie and being, you know, introduced to that culture through?
Because now you don't have the gateway, right? You don't like.
No, that is the gateway.
Before it was like, if you like comic books, you probably dug all the other junk too, right?
Yeah, see, but as a girl geek, I've always had to prove that. You know.
Oh, sure.
You know, it's like, oh, well, you're not a real geek. And I'm like, hello. I played first edition D&D. Okay.
Yeah. And so
I had an Atari 2600 in my house.
That's awesome. So, but yeah, so now there's a vetting process.
Right.
Like it's not that we want to include everyone. I think that culture has always been very inclusive. I feel like
it's more like you go, oh, you know, I love the movies too, and da-da-da-da-da, and have you read the comics? No, well, you should try issue X or whatever. And here's the thing, I'm not even really a comic book geek.
Right.
I really like the X-Men, so there's that.
Yeah.
But I was never really into like the Avengers and Iron Man and you know, I read Spider-Man because my uncle liked him, and I read X-Men because my uncle liked him, and I would read my uncle's comic book collection, and that's really my only comic geekdom.
Sure.
So does that make me not a real geek because I love them because I was more introduced to it by the movies?
No, I think that's fine.
So yeah.
My question is, are people going to hit landmines, right? Where it's like, oh, you love the movies. Have you got to read the comic books? And they're like, no, those are stupid, right? And you're like, well, that's it used to be so safe.
Well, yeah,
right?
but then you go, oh, well, you know, that's kind of. But then you get that with books, you know. It's like,
I guess so. Yeah.
Well, I didn't really like the book.
Right.
It's like, well, that's silly because that's the source material.
Right. People got really mad when you said that about the Passion of the Christ. That's you really. Yeah, that would get people bristling. I like the movie better.
I like the movie better.
All right, so we've spent the entire introduction talking about geekdom.
Yes,
which ties perfectly into your what you do as your competitions, right? So before we move on, let's just pull back the curtain. How did it go?
I won my division of Miss Diva Fit.
Woo!
Yay! So that was my white and nerdy routine.
Yeah.
And I won. And then my Legend of Zelda routine got third.
That's not bad.
Which, considering I had the flu.
Yeah.
Actively had the flu from the day of my competition. I couldn't breathe. So
and honestly, I think Link would really appreciate the Triforce kind of side of things, right? Yeah. So it's
very nice.
Yeah.
You're the first one to pull that one out.
What?
I know, right?
Oh God, this is horrible. Your life is just a miserable wreck.
I'm like, oh.
You need to get rid of everyone in your life and start over.
I need to, PJ, no, we cannot be married any longer. Where were you?
Right. Where were the horrible puns and
Where were you?
attributions? So, well, congratulations.
Thank
We
you.
have a winner in our midst. And
Hooray!
which you came back on to let us know a little ways off. We got you here early because I realized we had not updated that. But you have another competition. You're just going after these one after another.
Oh my God, I'm going crazy. Yes.
So you're going to be up in Philadelphia. You're on tour now.
Now I'm on tour.
Yeah. You're regional at this point. And that's on June 30th and July 1st. It's a weekend that you're going up there. Liberty Pole Sports Organization is putting on the event. And so, yeah, and they can reach out to you. You said that you're up on Instagram and on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
How do people get in touch with you?
Berkana3.
How do they spell that?
BERKANNA 3.
The number 3.
The number 3.
So reach out to her and you can get more details about what that is and tickets and all of those types of things.
And watch me panic as I try.
Right. And then
Put
on
things
Twitch,
together.
you can watch live as she goes, I'm never going to get this right. And as always, you work with Diva Fit. That's where you make your routines and you learn all of your
That's where
stuff.
I have instructors who are amazing. One of my instructors won the professional division.
What?
Yes.
How's that possible?
She's amazing.
That's probably
So
it.
she's going to nationals in August. So she'll be going to the West Coast. She's like super fancy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
So she's but
Next.
I mean,
That's where you're going next.
oh,
West Coast. You're going national.
no.
And then international.
no.
World tour.
No. No.
So if you know anyone that would also like to consider competing or just want to get fit, doing something different and fun, check out Diva Fit.
We're amazing.
Yeah, you get to learn how to do basically competitive pole dancing. Keep all your clothes on. It's very tasteful, but it's also really athletic.
We do have an exotic division.
An exotic division. I
We
didn't
do.
know about that.
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
The pole sport organization that I've been doing the competitions with.
Yeah.
They do have an exotic division. So I tend to do entertainment.
Sure.
And then I did dramatic. So the fact that I got third in dramatic, and I'm not very dramatic. I tend to be kind of goofy.
Yeah.
So the fact that I got third
Yeah.
was kind of a big deal for that. But they also have an exotic division. So yeah. Have to keep your clothes on still. Still gotta keep your clothes on.
But it's more sensual.
Yeah, it's what do they call it? Celebrating the sensual side of pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think there's something to be said about that. You also have men. It is a cross gender thing that can be done.
Yes.
But it does put you more in touch with your body and how it moves and how it
does not move.
How it
in
does
some
not move.
Cases.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And how to present yourself. You can present yourself in a very silly way or a very sexy way, and it's all how you hold yourself and how you move and things.
Well, there's a theatrical version, portion to the whole thing because it's a performance ultimately.
So if you're interested in that, head up to www.divafit.online.
Yes.
And you can find out more about that. That's over in Herndon, Virginia. Okay, so we found out tons of things. Oh, we've already gone over. Look at us. We're having so much fun. This is good. We got all that out of the way. So let's move on to something that you can't really do on a pole. Newscasting.
Sure you can. You can do anything on a pole.
Hold my beer. So we are going to put you in the role of editor-in-chief of a brand new publication. You get to decide whether or not these news items are going to make it into your publication.
Okay.
At the end, you have to name this publication. Feel free to give us as much detail or as little detail as you'd like as to how you'd put this publication together.
Okay.
This is called the Weather Report. So first, I've got sad news for you. A movie theater has been forced to issue dress code after customers keep showing up in pajamas and bathrobes. This is in New Zealand. It's Hawara.
Okay.
Hawara Cinema is located in Hawara, New Zealand. I'm sure it's said that way. It's on the North Island. That's what's important.
Okay.
They put up a notice on their Facebook page informing patrons to be appropriately dressed, i.e. no pajamas. Here's my official statement on that. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I knew a kid who went to a job interview in his PJ pants once. That's inappropriate, like, for wearing pajamas.
You're talking to a woman who the last time did this show admitted that she warmed up for a competition in her underwear because she forgot her pole shorts.
Right. This is what I'm saying. So there are a lot of things that are inappropriate to wear at a movie theater. Like, for instance, just popcorn. Like, that would be...
With a hole in the bottom?
Exactly. You cut a hole in the popcorn, step one. PJs aren't that thing, though, right? Like, I'm going to go watch a movie with strangers in the dark. Okay, this sounds more awkward than it is, but... The truth is, I don't give a single fuck what the guy next to me wears as long
as it's covering
something.
things.
Right.
Yes.
It just has to be a thing. You could just wear a parka. You could just throw a blanket over yourself for all I care. Right. And you're telling me I can't go to a superhero movie where the characters are basically wearing onesies and wear a superhero onesie. No, screw you, New Zealand. I would literally go to that theater and let loose an emu. That's what I would do.
You'd have to get the emu in there first.
Right, but that's my protest.
Okay.
I'm protesting.
Taking an emu.
I'm just going to toss the emu in and run. And people are like, emu. Are these
emu?
Yeah.
It's a sad.
It's very sad. It's not terribly dangerous because it's just depressed. I don't know if emus are dangerous anyway. Are they? They seem very dumb. So I think they'd just be like, I'm going to go in this corner.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know, but that's what I would do.
So that's story number one, huh?
I believe emus cannot go downstairs. Is that right? I don't know. I may have made that up.
That's something I've never heard.
I didn't either. I know nothing about emus. I know that if you lay on your back and you do a bicycle kick in the air, sometimes they'll come, a big herd of them will come to you. Because they're very curious.
So I want to see you lay down right now, do a bicycle kick, because I want to see emus.
They're not going to happen here. There's no emus.
Well, you just made it sound like you could do it anywhere.
No, it's not like saying Beetlejuice 3 times. You know, emu, and then ta-da! But there was a YouTube video and there was a pack of emus and they were like, no. And the guy was like, huh, you want to come in there? No, not at all. No. So he laid down on his back and he just started kicking his legs and they were like, what the fuck is that? And what it is apparently is they're curious, but they're also very pack oriented.
Right.
So one of them was like, I'm gonna go check that out, and the others were like, I'm gonna go check it out too then. And then they all got near.
It's like the herd of cows chasing the RC car.
Right.
Have you seen that? Because one cow got interested and the rest of them, and then it turned into like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Hello?
And so then he stands up and they're like, nope. That was the same guy. How did we not know that? I don't know. Before it looked like a windmill.
Okay, Don Quixote.
Yes. All right. So does it make it into your publication?
I feel like
it's a disturbing trend.
I feel like yes, because I would have to make fun of these people.
The people going to the movies or the movie?
No, I would have to
theater?
make this an op-ed.
An op-ed?
Yes,
oh.
about...
You're going to throw down.
Yeah, about how we're going to bring the emus in because you guys are so dumb.
Right. And
I'm going to do a bicycle kick in the middle of your theater and there will be emus everywhere. And you guys have to clean it up. And it's all because of your pajama party.
Emu. And
or lack of pajama party.
Right. And you would write it in your pajamas out of spite.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So we have one in. Excellent. Next. French museum discovers half of its collection is fake.
Okay.
Yeah. That's embarrassing. Here, it's even more specific. The museum is the Elan and the Elan, or is in Elan.
Okay.
And it houses many of the works of Etienne Terraris, who was born in Elan.
Okay.
Upon the creation of the exhibition highlighting Terraris, an expert noticed that many of the buildings in Terraris's paintings were built after his death in 1922.
Oops.
I don't know why an expert was needed for this.
Right?
You just need anyone who knows that time travel doesn't exist.
You know.
Basically, somebody just had to walk up and be like, wait a minute, that is a portrait of me.
That is incorrect, sir.
Yeah,
That
I
is
never met that
incorrect.
guy. That's weird. They were quoted as saying, "We know that there have been a lot of forgeries circulating, and we believe a organized network was behind this."
Wait, so was this organized network taking them out of the museum and replacing them?
I think that they were buying them and that they were basically like pawning them off as real is what was happening. I would argue that it was either that or a really poorly organized art buying process.
I was like, and the museum,
Right. Right. You would think that guy is going to not have a job, right? The guy who was like, they were like, we've got this piece of art. And they're like, that does look like art. I would like it.
I mean, I could do that job.
Right. Was that made with paint? That's exactly what we do here. Paintings. I'll take 3 of them. Why are they identical?
I will take 3. What do you mean you don't have 3?
You don't know how paintings work. The last guy sold me 3 of his painting. So yeah, that's embarrassing, but is it news?
Oh God. I mean, that level of stupidity. I mean, the fact that person is breathing,
Right.
as in their brain is powerful enough to keep them breathing while they're walking around. That I feel is like more news.
Yeah. I have a feeling that guy wore pajamas to his
The movie theater.
right. Or to his to the interview.
No, he got caught in the emu herd. He had to go check out the dude. What are we looking at? What are we looking at?
Oh, hey, what are you guys doing? They're like, you're not an emu. What? I'm not an emu. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel like that's sad. That's not news.
That's not news.
That's not news.
All right, fair enough. You're being tough on me
I
today.
am.
This one is pretty amazing. So here I was watching a YouTube video trying to figure out how to patch a hole in drywall. You've done this, right? Where you're like,
That's
oh,
what
how
I
do
have a husband for.
how do I rewire something?
yeah,
or how do
no,
I
but
plug the
yes.
thing in or make a souffle? And you pull up YouTube,
Right.
and you're like, show
This is
me.
how to do the thing.
How do I make a grilled cheese sandwich? And it's just a video of them being like,
grill me a cheese?
right. They're just like, the recipe is the name of it. So
Put cheese on a grill.
you donut. And so I'm doing this when I read this article,
Okay.
right? To hell with cat videos. This lady delivered her own baby after watching a YouTube video. Yeah. A tutorial about, first of all, we need to dig into the fact that there's a tutorial about how to give birth to a baby. Yeah.
So
on
now my
YouTube.
question becomes,
Sure.
is it like a midwifery video, or is it just
Right.
so if you're going to give birth, do
I
this?
assume it's like if you're in a cab and the person next to you is giving birth, you're probably going to need a towel, right? And the quotes in this are amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. So she says, so I throw a towel in my mouth and I start pushing, and I have never felt any pain like this in my life. That's like there's 4 V's, 3 E's, and 4 R's. Never felt pain like this in my life. I feel like I'm being split open, all caps. Where's my epidural? Well, you're giving birth from a YouTube video. You should have picked up the YouTube video that says how to give yourself an epidural.
Epidural first.
Yeah, that would have been the first one to do. Maybe prior to that, how do I buy an epidural? I don't
Maybe
know.
before that, how do I get to the hospital where they
So-
have epidurals to give you?
Interesting fact. So there were no drugs used during the birth, but I have to imagine there were drugs used prior to the birth. I'm guessing this since 22-year-old Tia Freeman apparently was unaware that she was pregnant. Yeah. Initially attributing the contractions to the salmon she ate on the earlier plane ride. I'm not a lady. Like, I just want to put that out there now.
Is this the woman that like just decided to take a flight to Germany or something? Or is that
I think
story?
she was in Germany. Yeah. So
and didn't realize she was pregnant and thought she was having food poisoning.
Yeah, that's it.
So I didn't hear about the YouTube part of it.
Yeah. So I'm not a lady. I want to clear that up for everybody who's listening to this show.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with being a lady.
Thank you.
It would be nice to maybe be a lady. I don't know.
You have boobs to play with all the time.
That's true. That would be pretty awesome. So I'm going to speak from a place of ignorance.
Okay.
But I feel like I would know if I was pregnant. Like, there's so many things that happen. Like, is that the easiest pregnancy that's ever happened?
Yes. I mean, and yes.
Can you have that? Because
sure.
All I hear about is like throwing up and everything's painful and like
some people
things are
get
swelling.
Super happy when they're pregnant. Some people get so happy and everything is just great. And
Yeah.
you just, yeah. And you
Fuck
just don't,
those people, right?
They just don't even realize that. And then they're like, oh, suddenly baby, or suddenly I've gained 20 pounds and what the hell is happening here, or something along those lines.
But like, I've gained weight and I've noticed, right?
Oh, sure.
I feel like I'd even notice it more if I'd gained weight in just one place.
Oh, but see, you don't always just gain weight.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, I guess that's true.
And some women carry really low, and so they don't look like they're smuggling basketballs.
Right. All right.
So that's why you never see a heavy woman and say, oh, you're pregnant. Yeah, because that's not always what it is.
I don't see a pregnant lady and say, oh, what do you do? Like, I just go, I
Hello?
assume that you have a basketball.
Right.
Right. I just.
You were smuggling basketballs, and I will say nothing to the police.
No, nothing at all.
So
I also act surprised. That's part of my thing. If they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be having a baby next month. I'm like, what? No. How is that possible?
Oh, my goodness.
Where? Yeah.
All right. So I feel like I now have a theme for my news magazine.
So I have another quote for you that we have to get out there.
Okay.
This is my favorite quote. Luckily, it happened pretty quickly. I only had to push about 5 or 6 times before a baby popped out. Laugh out loud. Now, let me tell you, babies are buoyant. That little joker said bloop and floated right to the top of the water. So Tia later then cut her son's umbilical cord using a shoelace, a pocket knife, and a kettle, which might be the most MacGyver ending to childbirth ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I feel like I now have a theme. This is news, but I believe that the museum may actually be news.
You're gonna go back and add.
Yeah, no, I think all 3 of these so far are news.
Is this just
no? Because
ignorance?
I have a theme.
You have a theme. Okay, good.
I have a magazine.
Keep it. We're gonna find out at the end.
All right.
We found some other tutorials that might be useful to people, just in case you need to. Furry rebirthing, just in case anybody needs that. I know you're not sure what that means.
I know exactly what that means, and I'm not very interested, but thank you.
It's a combination of a born-again Christian and a Disney character. Yeah. In case you want to restart your life as a furry, there are instructions on how to YouTube. Rebirth. Just so you know.
Okay.
Becoming a professional soccer player, if you ever want to take that on.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
There you can do that.
Definitely think that one through.
That's in case, your life's on a very high trajectory and you just want to keep that going.
Just keep going.
Maybe it's not quite so high. I found one on how to steam dumplings. So that might be a little more attainable for your average person. And if that feels like maybe it's too much, I found how to make toast. So
good. And that's the first step in grilling your cheese, right?
Yes. That's where I found it. First, make toast. So this is in, you said.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Moving on. Brigham Young University bans the man bun. Yes, Brigham Young University, Idaho's Tyler Barton thinks that the man buns are quote unquote extreme and not in a good way, which is a lot coming from a university named after a racist polygamist. I'm guessing that back then, man buns made them act that way, and that's why they're trying to get rid of them. My real guess, though, is they probably were just being really homophobic and didn't realize that man buns referred to a hairstyle. They were like, you can't wear man buns. You can't do it. Not on this campus.
Not on this campus.
We will not have any man bun wearing. Do not put that on your head.
Do not put that on your head.
Do not put a man bun on your head. I don't care.
Okay, my mental image. I need to go home now.
That man's buns are on your head, and we will not stand for it here at Brigham Young.
And how are you balancing that?
Right. Yeah. No, I think you should probably keep low key when you've got your name of your university after what Petter's files want.
Yeah.
Brigham Young. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that was upsetting. I assume it seems like long hair isn't banned, but you can't just put it in the bun, I guess.
You can have long hair.
I guess.
You can be a gentleman with long hair, but you cannot put it in a bun.
I still think I stand by the butt. I think that's what it is.
I think they're worried about butts.
Yeah, and they don't realize.
I have a feeling that in general, religions are a little too worried about butts.
Yeah.
All religions.
Or they don't want any of those hippie, freaky people on their campuses. That might be the other thing.
Or their butts.
Or anywhere near their butts. So is it news?
No.
No. Well, I can't disagree with you. I think we all knew that was coming. Weird rules by Mormons. All right. Facebook admits that it did not read the terms of service for the app that harvested 87 million users' data. Yes.
That's not news. When was the last time anyone read a term of service?
Welcome to the club.
I
Facebook.
mean, just Facebook, hello. Just welcome to the 20th century, 21st century.
No, there could literally be a paragraph stating that Facebook currently owns all rights to my genitals. I'd have no idea.
I would have no clue.
Yeah, that could happen right now. They could come in here and they could say, like, we need your genitals, and then they could, like, bicycle and emus come in and,
and then they take
feed
them.
my genitals to the emus.
And that poor dude from the museum who still hasn't figured out that he's not really an emu.
Why are you handing me a man bun? Yeah, so Alexander Kogan, a Cambridge University researcher, created an app that collected data on millions of Facebook users. Kogan's company, Global Science Research, then shared the data with political analytics firm Cambridge Analytica, I think is what he's saying. Kogan said on Tuesday that Facebook did not pull its app due to the terms of service until after the Guardian newspaper reported early information about the harvesting of user data. So essentially, the news organization said, whoa, what about this thing? And they were like, oh, yeah, no, we don't agree to that.
I may be making this up, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that someone had figured out that if you read all the terms of services of all of the things that we use.
Right. That's all you do.
It would be at least 7 years of you just sitting there reading contracts.
And you wouldn't be allowed to do anything.
And
they'd own everything.
Right. And this comes from someone who does that literally for a living.
Oh, Lord.
And I say, yeah, no, click. Sure, I accept. Sure.
Can I not accept this and use your service?
No, you may not. All right, then
I would like to use your service.
I would like to use your service.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Right. So
so that so I like that Facebook is just one of the people now.
They're just
they're just like us.
Oh, Zuckerberg.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take a sip of water now. This is what humans.
This is what
do.
People do, right?
This is a people thing. Do not let them know that you're an alien. Do not let them know you're an alien.
I have trouble feeling that that's news simply because I can't remember ever fully reading terms of service. I think I've read like the first couple of articles on a number of them.
Sure.
And then I get bored.
Well, that's fair.
You know.
All right. A couple quick shots then. All right. We're going to go speed round. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I may not have the answers for them. New Jersey's newest holiday is Danny DeVito Day. How will you celebrate?
Why?
Why not? I mean,
all right, it's a holiday.
He made it Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so
true.
If you celebrate him in Jersey, perhaps we'll get rid of Jersey Shore. I don't know.
You can only celebrate him in Camden.
Yeah,
it's right across.
That's right across.
It's right across the river.
Place.
That's the only place where it can happen.
Yeah, the only place that makes sense. All right, so in.
No,
not in. Fair enough. It's a new holiday.
Yeah.
All right. It's a short holiday though. So it's, Border Patrol agents find an abandoned duffel bag with a tiger inside of it.
Oh, the tiger is doing very well in San Diego Zoo, by the way.
Yeah. It was in Brownsville, Texas, a 4-month-old tiger, which means without a doubt, Andy's going to check every duffel bag ever.
ever.
Just going to old like Goodwill. Can I just check your duffel
Can I
bag?
just look in your, I just need your duffel bag section.
Baby tiger.
I just maybe there'd be a
It'd be
little
awesome.
tiger.
Can I get a little tiger? Do you have any tiny tigers?
Can I have a tiny tiger, please?
You're on your back bicycle kicking. Tigers? Any
Tigers? And the emus are like, we're not tigers. I'm like, no, you're not. Go away.
Go get tigers. All right. Is it in?
That is in.
Excellent. My favorite, I think, of the entire week. The first ever cryptocurrency backed by the gold standard of Oscar Mayer bacon. Oscar Mayer launches Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin. Backed by the gold standard of Oscar Mayer bacon. You can now own a cryptocurrency.
Backed by Oscar.
By bacon. Yeah, specifically bacon.
Bacon.
The
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
The Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. Not Bitcoin. Nobody likes bits. I mean, the cats do. Right?
Yeah,
maybe
cats,
the kibbles.
Yeah, they like
Kibble
kibbles
coin,
and bits.
Kibble coin and Bitcoin.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that's in.
Of course, because you're gonna go home and buy some. I know you are.
I'm just gonna go eat some bacon. I don't need any coins for that.
All right, that concludes our weather report. So we got a lot of good things in. You've got a theme.
I do.
So this is the big reveal. How do you feel it went?
I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, I think that you picked a theme early. That was good.
Yeah.
You got things in.
I'm gonna have some good pictures, some excellent never quotes.
Never quotes. All right. So, what is our theme? What is the name of this publication? So
Lifestyles of the Dumb and Idiots.
I see how that happened. Now I definitely see why you went with that. I'm gonna write that down. Lifestyles of the Dumb and Idiots. I need to write that down because I'm gonna get myself a copy of that. So I think I'm gonna like it.
There will be at least one picture of a baby tiger, though. That's not dumb.
Right, that isn't. But it'll probably have lots of advertising of our show. So excellent. Well, very good job.
Ta-da!
You are able to pull that off. It's usually harder when you're a musician because that's very different. But you've done paperwork before, and the news is kind of like paperwork. There's writing. So
I have pushed papers.
Musicians sometimes are like, "This isn't a guitar. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this." No, they do a very good job as well. So, all right. So let's speak just for a little bit about stuff that's coming up. We talked about your last competition.
Correct.
Last two competitions. Came in first with the White and Nerdy.
Yes.
You came in third with Legend of Zelda.
Yes.
Right? And there was one before that was a Portal one, I remember.
It was Portal.
And how did you do on that one?
I
Do you
won
remember?
first.
First there. Yeah. So there's a reign of terror that's happening right now where you're just plowing through geekdom in the in the pole world.
Yeah.
And just sweeping things. So what's the next one? Are you allowed to reveal that? Okay,
sure.
What's happening in on June 30th and July 1st? You're going up to Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. You're going to the Liberty Pole Sports Organization event there. What are you revealing?
I am retweaking White and Nerdy.
What?
And because exactly what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Instead of the I'm a geek and I can't dance and I'm wearing the glasses and the shoes and the pocket protector.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We're now going to celebrate it.
Nice.
And it's going to be the cool geek with the space buns and the 8-bit bows in my hair. And I'm going to be like, I'm a geek. Own it.
Yeah. May I suggest you entering this into the exotic category?
The exotic category. I was considering, but I'm going entertainment again.
Okay. All right.
Entertainment. It'll still be.
That's fair.
But the part of the reason I'm doing it is because, believe it or not.
Nope. Can't believe
I know.
it. There's no way.
The entire Miss Impossible. The entire Miss Diva Fit routine that I won my division in.
Yeah.
Ended up being an improv because
the
first move on the pole, I knocked my glasses off my face. And these are my, did I mention I'm a nerd? And I wear prescription glasses that cost almost $400. And those are what I smashed off my face and they went off and I was blind and I fell off of the pole and looked and went, there's an audience. Hello. Hi.
Hello, audience.
And by that point, I was about 5 12 measures behind. And realized that I had the show must go on. So I made it up.
What? And then you won.
Yeah.
There were other people competing.
Yes, there were other people
Were
competing.
they all improving as well?
No, and they were beautiful. And they were amazing routines. I'm just really good at being a dork.
So it freed you. It freed you up to just be ridiculous. And people were like, that's amazing.
Right.
Nice.
All I did was basically be me.
Yeah.
And so now I would like to actually do some of the choreography that I had worked so hard to put together.
So what happens if you don't come in first? Like if you come in 7th with what you actually practice.
I feel like then I'll know where my strength is.
Right.
And I should just make this up.
It's that you were trying to be awkward. Right. And you're trying to be geeky and awkward. And they were like, this is amazing. It comes off so naturally. And what you were doing is going, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Help.
One of the judges came up to me after that competition and was like, there are pole comedians.
Yeah.
You should look into that.
Right.
And I was like, well, A, I had no idea. B, what are their names? I need to meet these people.
Can I go to that?
Can I join this? Is this an elite club?
Can I do that? I'd love for him to come up and be like, I just thought it was amazing. It was just so like true to the character. Like it's so believable. Like you could see the fear in your eyes.
My entry, so you get a little intro.
Okay.
Blurb.
Let's do it.
My intro blurb was,
wow.
Andy would like to let you know,
yes,
this is not a character. And then I proceeded to screw up so badly I had to make it up on the fly. So it really wasn't a character.
It was true.
It was 100% true.
Yes. That's why you won. That's awesome. Okay, so we're doing a rehash of that. You can go up to Philadelphia and check that out on June 30th or July 1st. We don't know which one you're going to be doing.
No.
I don't think you're doing both days.
No, God,
right?
no.
Yeah.
No.
You're not going to be on the pole for 48 hours straight.
There are 200 competitors in 5 or 6 different divisions and levels and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah.
And then if people want to learn more, they can head up to Diva Fit, www.divafit.online.
Correct.
And you can become a pole comedian yourself.
Yes.
Right. We could create a troupe. So
that would be amazing.
All right. So I'm really excited about this next segment. So you haven't gotten a chance to do this, I don't think.
Okay.
Because it was last year. We replaced This Week in History with something we call Please God Just Get One Right. This is our game show that we've created. The guest before you chose a theme. We have 6 questions. If you get one question right, you get a prize out of Uncle Archie's Box of Fun.
How exciting.
Yes.
I was wondering what that was.
Usually I'd be concerned about you. This is going to be hard, but
God.
I think you have a shot at it.
Oh, God. Okay.
Because it just lined up perfectly. What are you wearing right now?
I'm wearing a Caps shirt.
Right. So this is why you might have this chance. It's a little maybe earlier than your time, but the folks from Rock Creek Kings chose for you the category 70s and 80s NHL. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be terrifying.
It's going to be terrifying. BJ's going to, when you get them wrong, BJ's going to be like, God damn it. Why didn't you know these?
Remember when I said you can watch me on Twitch? You can watch me fail on Twitch?
Yeah.
You can listen to me fail right now.
All right, so without further ado, let's get this going. All right, and as Victor would say, just get one right.
Okay.
One.
Just one.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
During the 80s, Mike Bossy completed this many consecutive years in which he scored 50 or more goals in a season. It's a number. I'll give you that hint. He had these many seasons in a row with 50 or more goals. Mike Bossy, very good at scoring goals.
I've heard his name.
Yes.
I've heard his name because Alex Ovechkin, 50 goals, blah, blah, blah. So, he's been in that ranking.
Right.
5?
Oh, good guess. 7. It was 7.
Okay.
So you were in the wheelhouse there. Yeah. It's actually interesting. In the 1977 to 78 season, Mike Bossy in his Mike Bossy in his rookie season scored 53 goals to set a rookie record in that season. Then he scored 50 or more in an incredible 9 seasons.
Oh my gosh.
9 consecutive seasons, actually.
Whoa.
However, 7 of them were in the 80s.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
So he did it 9 times, but not in the 80s. All right. So in the 1981-1992 season, it took how many games for Wayne Gretzky, known as the Great, to score 50 goals? I will let you know that it was easier to score goals back then.
It was much easier. Yes.
Yeah.
BJ has said that a lot.
I will say that before this season, the previous best 50-goal season was 50 goals in 50 games by both Maurice Richard, which the scoring trophy is named after,
Corrector.
and Mike Bossy in 80-81.
Okay.
So this is better than that.
This is better than
50 and 50.
So it's better than 50 because he scored multiple goals in multiple games.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. 38.
Oh my God, you're so close. 39. What a good guess, though. Wow, nicely done. Nicely done. You were so close on that. These are hard. These are difficult.
Yeah.
This one's particularly difficult, but there's a little bit of like a hint in a sense. So I said, what is this? What is significant about a goal that was scored on November 28th, 1979 versus the Colorado Rockies? I'll give you a hint. It's the first time this has ever happened. 1979 against the Colorado Rockies, November 28th.
Is it the first goal scored in that arena?
Oh, good guess. Good guess. That is not it. Billy Smith scores a goal. Yay, Billy Smith! You don't seem impressed. You don't seem impressed by that at all.
No, I'm not.
Billy Smith became the first goalie to score a goal.
Okay, that's actually fun.
Yeah. He actually got credit the goal after he made a save during a delayed penalty situation. Colorado defenseman Rob Ramage inadvertently shot the puck back into his own empty net. However, surprisingly enough, Colorado defeated the Islanders 7-4. So what happened is if there's a penalty, the other team can't touch the puck without the play being done. Right? Can't have control over the puck. Right. So what teams will do is they'll pull their goalie, put another skater on the ice. You have 6 guys on the ice, and you get like an extended power play kind of thing out of that. So what happens here is you shoot the goal on, shot on goal. The goalie defends it by flicking it out with his leg or whatever. They don't get control over the puck because all it is a reflection, right? It's just a deflection.
Just a hit back, yeah.
Right. That goes all the way down the ice and into the empty net.
He got an empty net.
But the last person to touch it was
a
the
defender.
goalie.
Was the goalie. Yeah.
So the goalie gets the goal.
Hope he got an assist on Sunday.
So hope he got an assist.
Okay,
that's true.
I do know some hockey guys.
Which is one more assist than Crosby got.
Bam!
And so, just saying. They're playing right now, and it could be going terribly. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
So we're going to talk smack, having no idea how the game is going. All right, let's get through the next 3.
Oh, God. Okay.
To ensure uniform play standards of the highest competitive quality, USAA was formed in 1975 by J. Phil Arnold, largely as an official sanctioning body. The USSA governs what form of hockey? I will give you a hint that I made this particular question just for you.
Women's hockey? Maybe? I don't know. No, wait. What is it? USAA? USAA?
Yes. To ensure uniform play standards of the highest competitive quality, USAA was formed in 1975 by J. Philip Phil Arnold, largely as an officiating sanctioning body. The USAA governs what form of hockey?
What form of hockey?
Right.
Roller hockey.
Air hockey.
Air hockey. Yay.
People don't know this, but Andi is the greatest air hockey player of all time.
And then I'm a terrible air hockey player, but I'm very excitable about it.
Yes. Screams constantly. It is the most amazing experience. So yes, it is the United States Air Table Hockey Association.
Oh, that's adorable. And
So
now I'm
that
sad I missed it.
That was just for you.
Oh, boo.
This hockey player's birthday, it was one day before mine, but in 1972, 1972, he holds several NHL records, including most consecutive 70-point seasons, longest gap between Stanley Cup final appearances, and most career game-winning goals. So he's been in the finals for the Stanley Cup, so we know it's not Ovi. He's also fairly old, but he is really good at scoring.
He was, born in 72?
72.
Oh, it's that player that BJ hates.
Any Penguin.
Well, yeah.
All of the Penguins.
All of the Penguins. No, he was a Cap. He's old. Yager.
That's it. You got it. Yes.
BJ's gonna love that.
Jaromir Yager. You got one right.
Because he's a year younger than me. That's how I know he's a year younger than me.
All right, last but not least, we've got one that's kind of Caps trivia-ish.
Yay.
Bruce Boudreau, head coach of the NHL's Minnesota Wild, former head coach of the Capitals, appears in this 1977 film wearing number 7 for the Hyannisport Presidents. Boudreau was one of several players for the Johnstown Jets minor league hockey team that were used as extras in this movie. What is the name of the movie?
What year
that
did
he
the movie
appears
come
in?
out?
1977.
Was it The Goon? I don't know what year that came out, and I don't really know any hockey movies.
Is that your guess?
That's going to have to be.
Okay. No, The Goon came out more recently because it has the guy from American Pie in it.
I don't know.
If it came out in 1977,
I watched it once
he'd be like
and
60.
Right. I watched it once and I don't know.
No, it is
it's fine.
Slapshot is the name
Slapshot.
of the movie. Yeah. So, but you got one right.
I did.
That's the important thing. So you get to pick out of our
Box O Fun.
Yeah. Well, it is not mine. This is Uncle Archie's Box of Fun. There's a few gifts left. People have been pretty good at this. So pick one of those. There you go. Excellent. Feel free to open that up. While you're doing that, you have to think about something very important, which is what is the category for next week?
Oh.
What hell do you want to inflict on next week's? What did you get? What is it?
Oh gosh, it's one of those terrible little number
puzzle.
the puzzle, and you slide it.
Yeah, and you have to get it in order.
Yeah,
that'll keep you busy for a while.
The rest of my life.
All right. So, what is the theme? Let's get this. What do you want to inflict on next week's guest?
Cat breeds.
Cat breeds. I have a feeling that was going to be what you'd say.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like,
that's good. That's good. That'll be hard. All right. Excellent. You did it. You thought you weren't going to.
I didn't think I would.
And you got one.
I did.
That wasn't like a softball. That was still pretty difficult. I think a lot of people wouldn't have gotten it.
Really close to
and one off.
Gretzky's.
Oh my goodness. That was so close.
That was super impressive.
And only 2 off from the first one. So
right.
you're in a lot of ways you did really, really well. So
I guess amazingly well.
So let's find out a little bit more about you. This is a segment that we call Near and Far. So we're going to, this is the instructions. It's super easy. And then far.
See?
Yeah.
That's what it's all
That's what it's about.
I understand.
You understand.
Okay.
So what we want to do is get 2 stories from you. We don't have a ton of time left, but I think we'll be okay. So you have a near and a far story, something that happened closer to home and something that happened further away.
Okay.
Right? So I think, do you want to start with Near? Near? Does that sound good?
Sure.
So we were talking earlier about a Twitch channel that you've created. So tell us a little bit about that.
So Twitch is, super fast, is just a live streaming service. It's a live streaming website. And my husband does it for a living. Hooray! He plays video games.
Yeah.
For a living.
And that's where
Twitch.
a lot of people use Twitch, is like streaming video games, but it's been branching out to more things.
So they have both IRL in real life and they have creative. And I decided, as a way to try and get my motivation up, I would stream once a week in creative, because I'm normally working on either trying to get a move or string moves together for choreography.
Sure. Yeah.
And so I do that, and they're short streams. They have to be, because I am not the fittest person on the planet. So they last about 45 minutes to an hour.
Don't say that. You're sexy. You're so sexy. You're so sexy.
I'm so sexy.
Don't say it.
I'm also not very fit. So also doing pole moves for an hour is exhausting.
That's true.
So
it's how you build up your man buns.
That's right. And put them on your head.
And so yeah, and people can comment on it, right?
And it's like live. So you're watching as it happens, and you can comment, and there's a big computer screen on the wall that I can actually read what you're saying. Be nice.
Be nice. Stop doing that. You're hurting yourself. Look out, emus!
Stop doing the bicycle thing. The emus are coming. The emus are coming. But yeah, so that's and I do that at home.
Yeah. And how do people tune into that?
Twitch.tv
Yep.
/Berkana3. So BERKANNA 3.
And
Ta-da.
the interesting thing is, you learned this because your husband was doing Twitch,
right?
And streaming. And what's the big reveal?
The big reveal is, what is the big reveal?
We had your husband on the show.
He was on the show. He was streaming. He was streaming IRL the show.
Yeah, it's the first time we ever streamed this show live. And that was what was his handle?
Legolish. Lego-lish.
Legolish.
Yes.
Yep. And so if you listened back last year, I think it was, or maybe earlier this year.
It might have been earlier this year.
Yeah. He was available and telling us all about what Twitch was and streaming that live. So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
And we had never made that connection before.
No. Yeah. That's a new thing.
And then this is incredible. You have a car incident, not necessarily a car accident per se.
It was accidental.
It was accidental, but not what you'd think of a car accident, but an incident with a car that happened just almost exactly 1 year ago.
Almost exactly. It was...
You are a purveyor of tiny cars.
I am a purveyor of tiny cars.
Yes.
And I guess it would be at this point 67 days ago.
67 days ago.
367 days ago.
Yeah.
I had a JCW Mini Cooper, and I drove it to work, and I parked it in the parking lot at the office, and I walked inside and I sat down, and 15 minutes later a coworker came up to me and said, "Andi, your car is on fire."
Right. On fire, not like smoking.
No. And by the time I hit the lobby of the office building, it had boomed twice because it had exploded. And I walked outside and my car was engulfed in flames.
It melted.
As was the car next to it.
Yeah.
And it was very exciting.
And there were pictures, it melted.
Yes.
And apparently like oil had dripped onto the turbo while it was still hot or something.
It's a known flaw of Mini Coopers. If you have a Mini Cooper that's turbo between 2009 and 2011, take it to the dealer. They'll fix it.
Nice. All right, we'll do that. Anyhow, coming up this week, Thursday, May 10th, Rock Creek Kings at Velvet Lounge in Washington, D.C. Saturday, May 12th, Backbeat Underground at the Funk Parade. There's a Funk Parade in Washington, D.C. Please like our post, follow us, retweet us, share us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We cannot do this without you. Don't forget to review us on Facebook, iTunes, and Google Play. Thanks to Ken Evinger, McNally22, Justin Rogers, Big Metal Records, Alchemical Records, and Engineer Adam for all their contributions. Victor, I can't thank you right now. You're not doing anything. Get back and help us. Thanks most of all to Andi and Diva Fit for wasting a perfectly good hour with us. This has been another wasted hour.
Hooray.
And if you just realized that, don't blame us. We warned you.